Scottish Mudlarking here with Nicole and Craig. We've come back to a beach that I've been dying to come back to for years. The reason we don't come back here very often, it can get a wee bit noisy. We're going to make our way along to that far corner and we're going to look for the perfect sea glass.
Really tricky going here. It's very, very slidey. This entire area of the foreshore here completely covered in seaweed all the way along to where we're going. You might wonder why we're not walking in the sun. Hope you can see now. Yeah, it's all covered in seaweed as well. So we're taking the side that's closest to the wall and closest to where we're going and tiptoeing along. Well, we've made it past all that seaweed now and we're onto this area of sand, which is very much where we want to be. Now let's see if it's worth it. Well, so far I can just see clear glass.
Yeah, but I can see some lovely, lovely shapes. There's one right at our feet. It's a really nice teardrop shape. Can you see that one?
So this one here, do you know what, I can see something much better than that. If you want to grab that though, grab that.
Yeah.
Now, I can see this one just here is way, way, way more tear-shaped.
Oh yeah, that's a perfect mermaid's tears, isn't it?
Let's have that.
Okay.
Now, just before we move from here, nice wee seafoam bit there, right there. He was standing right beside that one, right? See that?
Yeah, that's a little thicker at the edge there, but that's certainly very gorgeous. I'll take that. And I've just spotted something right over here, so I think this one has a slight lavender tint. So that's definitely probably got manganese in it. So I'm gonna take that.
Let's have that.
That's nice.
Okay. So already just getting here, do you know what, I've seen the first blue bit. Can you see it?
No.
You can't?
No.
What's wrong with your eyes?
What's wrong with my eyes?
What's wrong with your eyes?
Oh no, it's so
tiny.
tiny.
Tiny wee bit of blue there. A nice bit of I think we'll leave that. But grab that wee bit of blue. It's really wee.
Yeah.
I think we'll show that a wee bit later. Just scanning back across here, when you're thinking of pendants, now, really nice wee oblong shape there. If anybody's wondering what the noise is, it's one of two things. It's a train. You see the train? Yeah, so that piece then, wee oblong piece, what do you reckon of that?
Well, I think it's got a slightly kind of square edge, and I would prefer it if it had a more kind of teardrop shape to it, more like this piece to my side here. I think. Okay,
well then grab that piece if you want it. There's lots more here to look at. I don't want to we have a bit of a limited time just now. The tide's coming in. So there's one piece over here, and I think it's one of the nicest pieces that I've seen so far coming down here. Almost round, not quite. I don't know if there's a slight hint of lavender in that, maybe not. What do you reckon?
Well, it could have a slight tint of maybe a kind of champagne colour, but it is a really nice shape. It's kind of, like you say, almost circular shape, so let's take that one.
Okie dokes. Now, I'm just going to take a wee wander, but before I go wandering, we're just going to take a close look here, really. That's what I mean by a wander. Now, there's this piece then that Nicole spotted.
Well, that's a really gorgeous teardrop shape, and it's seafoam as well, so that's at least 120 years old. I really like that one. I'm going to take that one.
So it is mainly white glass that we're seeing today, just clear glass. You can hear another train approaching. But some of this green glass is really lovely. And I think that's a beautiful shade of green. It's really nice, and it's so frosted, and it's a wee bottle top as well.
Yeah,
so
I know
maybe we'll have that.
Yeah, I know how much you like a bottleneck.
It's another nice wee pendant piece. Oh, that's so chunky as well. That piece is really nice. I don't know what that is. Wonder if it was maybe a piece of bottle bottom or not.
Right, yeah.
But it's really thick.
It almost looks like a half marble. I don't think it is though. It would be a bit more round if it was.
Yeah.
But it's a really nice frosted surface there, so that's been in the sea a long time.
It has indeed. Now, I'm piling wee bits of stuff around it, but I don't think we're going to take most of it. I think we'll take that piece though.
Yeah.
Now, I've just seen something. I was just saying there, we're mainly seeing these white pieces, but I've just spotted a piece of really rare yellow sea glass. Now, it's quite difficult to film here just now, particularly at this wee area, because you can see the sun shining bright here and it's shaded there, and those crows are making a racket. But anyway, I'm going to try and get the camera fully into the shade just so that you can see this colour. Hope you can see it there. Can you see it?
It looks like it might also be a bottleneck. Is it a day for bottlenecks today?
It might be a day for bottlenecks, but we don't find bottlenecks this colour very often, do we?
No, no.
I'm going to put this in the light, or in fact, I tell you what, I'm going to pull it back into the shade because I can see the colour a wee bit better in the shade.
Oh, yeah.
There we go.
That certainly looks like it's yellow. I mean, at first I thought it might have been some shade of green, but I can check it against the colours in my sea glass index.
Looks yellow to me. Yellow enough for this guy. Now, oh, I can hear the waves begin to come in.
Yeah.
Right, now, I saw a wee red piece of glass down here. Can I see it again? Ah, there we go. It's tiny.
Oh.
Some of the really exotic colours that we're finding today are coming in very small packages, I'm afraid. But that, I hope you can see that.
That really is very tiny.
It's tiny, 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 but it's very red as well.
Yeah.
It's a really lovely red.
Yeah, I think these colours are kind of more fragile, so we don't really find huge pieces of red.
Now, was it the case that red was made using gold?
Yes, it was.
Right.
Yeah.
So if you find red glass, chances are, when the glass was molten, gold was added to the glass, and that's what turned it red. Now, what do you think of this wee piece alongside it as well?
Yeah.
It's another wee bottle end
Ah,
piece.
okay.
Not quite sure. What do you think?
No, I think it's got a bit of a funny shape. I kind of like the flatter shape, so I think we'll leave that, but we're definitely taking the red.
Yeah, grab that wee red bit, and I'm going to shimmy, 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 shimmy. Here we go. We've shimmied, and can you see why we've shimmied?
To another tiny blue bit.
It's another tiny, tiny, tiny wee piece of blue here. Let's swoop that up. We're not yet at the corner.
No.
The water's coming in. The crows have calmed down. I think they've found that chip butty. Right, let's go on. Well, if you wondered why we were making our way up to the corner here, it wasn't for this butty. This is why the crows are out and about. Somebody's thrown a sandwich over the wall here for the birds. Nor is it for this wee piece of sort of brightly coloured plastic. What it's for is just, you know, all the sea glass that you can see piled up here. Now, it's been treacherous getting here. Really, really slippy. Here's another train coming. It's going to drown me out in a second, so I'm just going to swoop across this whilst the noise of the train serenades you. Well, that train's moving faster than many of the other ones, and it's just as well, because the reason I come up here is because the minute we got to the this end of the beach, and we're not fully at the end yet, one piece right in the middle of the screen, it just went hello. Hello, Craig. I think you're looking for me.
Oh yeah.
Am I right? Are you looking for me? I think yes is the answer to that.
Do you know, that is absolutely stunning. I can't remember the last time we found a peach colour like that, and it's huge as well. I'm going to put my finger next to it. Look, that is really big, and it's also really rare colour.
Don't know what that is. Might have been a vase. It looks like it has. That could have been a deliberate shape in there. I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah.
Got another wee bottle bottom here.
Ah. Oh no, you're distracting from that really, really rare colour of depression
I'll
glass.
pop that out of the way, and we'll pop that down. It's really thick, really heavy, and an amazing colour. Oh look, shiny. We'll have to leave it.
Oh,
We're going to have to leave that. It's got a wee bit of shiny glass on it.
Ah, well, if it's a rare colour, I tend to sometimes take it along just because it is such a rare colour, and I don't think I can get myself to leave that one here.
No, I don't think we should leave that. It reminds me of that bowl that my grandmother had that we have in the house that has the mermaid on it.
Oh yeah, the Vata and Zuna one. Yeah, that's an Art Deco bowl, and was made in the 1930s, and it is absolutely gorgeous.
So we should take that,
Yeah.
and maybe take a picture of that next to that one so we can see what this would have looked like before it was all frosty.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay, dokes. I think that's maybe the find of the day there. Without trumpets, without a lot of fanfare, and without a lot of noise really. It is an incredible piece of glass. Now I've seen something else that's quite quirky. I think anybody who's watched this channel before will know, I think, what this object is.
I haven't seen what you're looking at yet. Oh, it's the top of a Seaham space jar.
It is. It's the lid. I think it's the lid. Is it the lid or the bottom?
No,
Oh no, it's the lid. It's the top.
Yeah.
It's the neck.
Yeah.
It's incredibly shiny. Somebody could have had a sandwich with that Seaham's paste last night.
Yeah.
You know, with the shininess of that. So we'll leave that.
Yeah,
Right.
we're going to leave that one here. There's so much glass here. It's like sea glass heaven.
There really is. It's just, it's incredible the amount of sea glass that shores up here. Now, because we're in this area, we're going to be looking for really special colours. I'm not sure if these kind of count as special colours. That one kind of does. It's a real kind of emerald green there.
Oh yeah, it's so hard in Scotland to find this particular shade of green when it's really nicely frosted. I don't know why, but it's usually chipped, so that one is great.
Okay, well we'll have that.
Yep.
Now, let's just take a scan across here and we'll see what we can find. So, before Nicole gets into doing some serious gathering, which I believe she's looking forward to,
Oh yeah.
I just gave her a wee shout because I saw this piece here. And I think that is really kind of beautiful, beautiful, beautiful colour as well. It's not lime green. What kind of colour is it? Peppermint green. Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah,
it's been a jar, hasn't it?
Oh right, okay, yeah.
You thought that was going to be a tile.
Yeah, I thought it was part of a Victorian tile. I've just written an article for the Beachcombing magazine on that, so I thought it was that. But that one certainly looks like it might actually be UV.
All right.
And yeah, that was probably a little jar.
Very cute. Right alongside it as well, this super chunky wee neck of another jar there. Very different kind of jar. But I think we're definitely going to take that. Not so sure about this. Now, in the pile just in front of us.
Yeah.
Oh, I shouldn't have said oh. That sounded like I was excusing myself for producing a noise. I'm very childish. Just a bit too shiny. Weird angular shapes. Shiny and pointy. Brown. Need I say more? Now, there's an interesting coloured piece there though. It's a kind of teal colour, that piece. Not sure if you're able to see that colour actually.
Yeah, there's a distinction. It kind of has a bit more blue in it.
Now, what do you reckon? Do you think that might be, I think now looking at it now that it's drier, it looks like sea foam to me.
Yeah,
I thought it might be UV.
Looks a bit like it might have been bonfire glass with that kind of organic squeezed line.
Yeah, this one has lines as well, or striation lines. I'm not sure exactly what that is.
Yeah, it looks like it might have been trapped between rocks, but look, I found this tiny piece of turquoise.
Oh, that's cute. Okay, well, I guess grab up what you want out of that pile. I suspect it's just that.
It's just that.
It's just that. We're very selective, folks.
Very picky.
Very selective. Okay.
There's a bit of blue there, look, it's really small though.
Like all the other pieces of blue, yeah, as Nicole just said, it's tiny.
It really is. Okay.
Just there.
Can you see it yet?
Almost.
It really is very tiny. I'll try and take it out there.
1, 2, 3.
And a bit of mussel shell. That looks like it's blue glass.
Oh, that's not number 4. That's sneaky. Okay, so we've got tiny little micro pieces of blue here that are all just gathering up. I'm just going to pop them on top of this stone, and then you can
Take this on here.
you can see them really. You can get a wee bit of a better look at them.
I even put that wee mussel shell there because it always looks like sea glass. See, when you put them next to one another, you can really see how they're very similar.
Now, yeah, that's another wee hint and tip then. If you are looking for sea glass, beware of mussels. Okay, let's grab them up and we'll take another wee look. Just a tiny wee scan. We're going to leave that mussel shell there, folks. So for some time now, Nicole's been planning on doing a video that discusses where to look for sea glass. Now, the wee joke here is, it's in places like this where the seaweed gathers up. But on a beach like this, it really doesn't matter. You can look pretty much anywhere, and as you can probably see here, aside from there being a lot of motorcycles at this beach, there's also an awful lot of sea glass here. And the odd beautiful shell as well. It's really lovely wee things, aren't they? But I've seen something quite special in here as well. And it's not this jar bottom.
Oh yeah.
It's not that.
A bit of ginger beer bottle.
It's not even that, although that has writing on it as well. It's not that.
I think that says RG8, so it's probably from Edinburgh.
Yeah. Now Nicole just pointed to something else as well, and it's not that, but I'm going to show you what that was that Nicole pointed at anyway, because it's a cute wee find.
Cute, yeah.
But I think it's a plastic one. It might be bakelite.
Yeah.
Not sure. What do you reckon?
It looks like it's probably a plastic button, but you know, a button is a button, and buttons are cute, so I'm going to take
button.
that. Yeah.
That was as cute as a button. You know, the button's cute and all the rest of it, and so too is an awful lot of this glass that we can see in front of us. That is another internal bottleneck from one of these vulcanite stoppers, but no, this isn't what I was interested in at all. It's not what I saw that made me want to look here. There's another tray. I tell you something, it's not the quietest place in the world to film. We're going to have to go somewhere nice to get a wee bit of B-roll for this one, because it's between bikes and trains there. I'm not getting a lot of peace and quiet. But check that out though, right in front of the camera. How cool is that?
Is that a bit of poison bottle?
Oh, I need to get it on film first. There we go. Yeah, it looks like that to me.
Oh, we very rarely find that at the beach because they are really thin. I think you can probably see that. I'll turn it around
This
a little
one is
bit.
incredibly thin,
See
yeah.
how that's really thin, so it's really fragile, and I'm really surprised that it survived such a long time in the sea.
Well, if we were going to find it anywhere, we were going to find it here.
Okay, that's really cool. Shall we take that one
I
then?
think we'll take that. And you know, viewers will be asking, but why didn't you take that? 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 Why didn't you take... But because we can't take everything. We could try, but I think that it would destroy the car. So we'll take the wee choice piece there, that beautiful piece of poison bottle, the wee buttons, and if we can find any more really cool coloured glass, you know, you've got to ask yourself, is this just a bit too big for us?
Yeah.
It's got that beautiful wee air bubble in the middle of it as well though, right?
Yeah, that's true, but I can see there's a slightly shiny area, and I'm kind of looking for, the perfect shapes and the perfect shapes and the perfect sea glass.
Perfect colours and shapes, people, perfect colours and shapes.
Sheets.
What is perfect? Well, that is obviously very subjective, but I think Nicole's going to try and give you a few hints and tips later on as to what she looks for specifically. It might not be what you look for. What you might see perfection in other ways.
Yeah.
Now these.
That looks
like
like
a pair of them.
Slightly peachy.
Very slightly. This looks like a part of a circuit board, but it's not. It's somebody's credit card. We'll get rid of that.
Oh yeah.
Slight peachy quality, that one. Let's have that. Now, I'm just going to keep scanning around here for a bit. We're going to try and pretend that those doggy noises are relaxing sounds. Similar to the sounds of the seabirds. Oh! Is that plastic, do you reckon?
Oh,
ooh.
I think it might be plastic because it's still really shiny, and plastic really doesn't get frosted so much. So I'll let me touch it.
Let's pop it down here.
Yeah.
And then we'll be able to look at it. Now, Nicole's just handled this.
Yeah.
So she might be able to tell us, is it plastic, is it glass?
Yeah, just from the feel alone I can see it's plastic. I mean, I always get lots of questions. How can you tell if something's plastic or if it's sea glass? Well, when you're at the beach, don't put it in your mouth, but you can usually kind of, from the feel, you can say it's plastic. And when you're at home, well, it'll float in the water if it's plastic.
The other reason that we don't put sea glass in our mouth is because, you know, on entering this beach there's a big sign saying hazardous, hazardous, do not eat the shellfish here, pollution, pollution. So, you know, it is what it is. It's a beautiful part of Scotland, but nonetheless subject to pollution. Now, I'm looking at this because I don't know what it is.
It looks like the back of maybe a collar stud or a button. So it's the back of one.
Okay.
It's certainly older.
Well, grab that then. I don't know what we'll do with it. We might have to get rid of it. But Nicole and I both just saw the same thing at the same time. And it's an absolutely gorgeous wee piece of pottery. Now, we're not finding a lot of pottery here, so it's quite special. And it has a beautiful wee floral design on it.
Yeah.
Just here.
It looks like it's a bit of bone china. So, you know, it kind of looks like a tiny wee Chinese teacup to me, with a gorgeous flower.
Do you know what? Grab that. I think I want to get up the beach a wee bit, and we'll see if we can find somewhere that doesn't have the Hound of the Baskervilles on our trail.
Well, the tide is coming in. We had to leave that wee corner. We made some amazing finds and we're going to show you them later. We're going to go down that end of the beach and see what you can find there. On the way there though, I spotted this. Well, it kind of looks like plastic to me. I'm not really sure. So we're going to take it off the beach anyway, but I've just spotted something else that everybody's going daft about. Every beachcomber wants to find something like it. So let's go and check that out.
Just over here as well. You know, and if you hadn't seen that wee bit there, I don't think you would have spotted this. Now, I'm sure you can see it, but I'm not sure if you know what it is or why it is that Nicole was quite excited about finding this. So maybe Nicole can tell you a wee bit about this piece.
Yeah, I'm just going to turn it around and then you can maybe see it better. So, see, can you see that it says Lego on the bottom? Now, it actually looks to me like it's a watch strap, but there is a huge movement all around the world for people collecting Lego pieces, and they get they fall off
Big container ships, huge containers full of Lego,
Yeah.
just managed to get rocked off these ships in the high seas. If you've never seen these documentaries about some big container ships zipping across the world, you should check. Oh, there's an unhappy kid. He's not got any Lego to play with, I dare say.
Yeah.
But if ever you've seen any footage of these huge container ships, you'll see that they wobble madly, and occasionally vast containers fall off the backs of these ships. And sometimes they contain things like Lego. Now, Nicole's going to swoop that up. If you're at all interested though, there is actually a book written about Lego beach finds.
Yeah, it's called Adrift, and then you can also check the hashtag Lego Lost at Sea.
Very cool. Slippy, innit?
Yeah.
Now Nicole spotted something quite cool, and just before we look at that I saw this wee tailpiece here. I think that's quite cute, quite a nice wee bit of glass, but it's not the piece. Maybe you can grab that, I don't know if it's worth taking or not, but we'll see. It's this wee bit. Now, what is it? Is it plastic? Is it glass? What is it?
Yeah, that's difficult to see. I mean, I'm
At this
inclined to
distance,
say it
yeah.
might be plastic, but I'm hoping it's glass.
Okay, well, only one way to find out.
Yeah, let me take this.
You grab that up, check it out. Now, here's something quite cool that we don't see very often. We used to find in bits of jars, and maybe even ginger beer bottles, but less so this end of a bottle. And I think that bottleneck looks like it might be a wee bit too thin to be a ginger beer bottle. Quite long as well. You can see though that little hole just there. It's where this would have had a swing top stopper attached to it.
Yeah, no,
as
I definitely do think it's a ginger beer bottle. It's the size, you know, of a kind of modern beer bottle. So if you kind of consider that for the bottleneck, I'll turn it around a little bit, and then you can probably see it. So that would be the top of the bottle, and you can just see there's a little bit of glaze still left.
Yeah, just under the neck there.
Yeah, so I'm kind of assuming that it would have had a glaze on it, but it's just washed off after 100 odd years in the sea.
Well, here's the
Okay.
burning question. Do you want to take it?
Yeah, I think it's for you, isn't it?
Well, one thing that I'm seeing here more than anything else, there's a lot of shells. A lot of really wee shells. Which isn't to say that there isn't sea glass, because there is pieces like this. So we've got some white pieces there, some green pieces. There's lots of green pieces there.
Yeah.
Nicole's going to gather a few pieces up so that we can discuss the qualities of this glass in a couple of minutes. But for now though, we just want to take a minute or two just to see what kind of glass we're going to find here. Some more white glass in there. Oh, get a wee train passing by.
Yeah.
Now, one of the things that I'll say about this white piece, I've never seen Nicole make a piece of jewellery from a piece quite like this, and that's because it's a bit stabby. It's quite pointy up here at the edge, at the end rather, that you can see. Let me see. Now that I've got my hand out of the way, I hope the camera will focus a wee bit better. There we go. So as you can see, you know, that end up there, very, very pointy. Nobody wants that hanging around their neck, just a wee bit too sharp.
Yeah, we can really see how different the sea glass is in this area. It's kind of a lot more organic shape. It's a little less frosted as well. Similar colours.
There's some frosted sea glass here. My guess is that this part of the beach is more accessible as well. So people are coming down here and maybe leaving bottles. Some of these bottles might be a lot newer, some of the glass rather, might be a lot newer up this end of the beach.
Yeah.
Having said that, that's quite cool. A nice wee bit. Still sharp,
Yeah.
really shiny, and a pointy.
Yeah, and
That's
all
that's not pointy, that's a good bit. That's a nice wee bit. So what else are we seeing here?
What else are we seeing? Lots of shells.
shiny and sharp.
Yeah, that looks very modern, very recent.
So many shells, alright.
Yeah.
Oh, do you know what I've seen? Star find of the day. I think it is actually. I'll tell you, I'm going to have a wee look and see what that is first though. That's
plastic bit.
yeah, a wee bit of plastic. A wee bit of almost pirate sea glass there. Almost, not sure if it is entirely. Now, find of the day. Can you see it? It's bright orange. What a colour.
Yeah. It makes a really nice centerpieces in the beach plastic frames that we make.
They do actually. I mean, as much as it's a wee joke, these things find their way onto the beach, and as responsible beachcombers, we think it's a good idea to take this stuff away. But more than that, we think it's a good idea to trap this stuff in art, if you possibly can. So we've got lots of videos out where we use pieces like this. Nicole's just found a wee tie there. You could probably use that still.
Still good.
Yeah, you still use that bit. Yeah, so anyway, so I digress. We take pieces of plastic like this, or rather Nicole does, and then creatively places them inside little shadow frames. So we're going to grab these anyway, and we're going to have a wee look to see what else is here.
So I've just taken 5 minutes to look around this area, and this is what I found. This is mainly craft sea glass, and it's remarkably different from what we found in that little kind of corner area. The shapes are different. They're mainly triangular and kind of very organic. There's lots of shiny edges on this one, and yeah, it's very, very different. So the same beach, just a different area.
Still very nice sea glass.
Yeah.
It's just not necessarily the kind of thing that you're looking for to make jewellery from, right?
Yeah, that's right. It's going to look lovely for display or in a mosaic or anything like that. It's just not jewellery quality.
For me, jewellery quality means that the glass has to tick these boxes: shape, texture and colour. So, sea glass for jewellery making has to be the perfect shape. A perfect tear, a perfect circle, a perfect oval, or sometimes a piece so unique that it is its own perfection. It also has to have the right texture and feel. There's no single perfect texture, but it can't be sharp. The perfection that rough C-shaped frosting has is so different from the velvety, smooth, frosted surface of the pieces I have here. But both are aged and shaped to perfection. Bonfire glass has its own unique textures, and they perfectly reflect the natural elements that shaped it. The fire that melted the glass, the grains of sand and earth trapped inside, and the softening effects of the tides make each piece unique and perfect for that. And we all know what our perfect glass colour is. For me, it's seafoam. But glass comes in all colours of the rainbow, and each and every colour is its own perfection, and always a matter of taste. At the end of the day, every piece of sea glass can be perfect. Each piece could be a memory of a wonderful day at the beach, whether it becomes jewellery, a craft piece, or part of a collection of memories we can keep.
Thank you so much for watching, liking and commenting. If you haven't subscribed yet, please take a minute to subscribe. An extra special thanks goes out to everybody who's been supporting the channel through Etsy and through Ko-fi. That makes a massive difference and it keeps the lights on. Thank you so much. See you next time.